Now we will focus regarding the interior of the nasopharynx. As you have seen previously, the nasopharynx is a deficient space which is deficient in the anterior parts. It is continuous with the nasal cavity through the anterior wall along with the posterior margin of the nasal septum, also termed as the guani. In the posterior posterior wall and the roof, which is quite continuous, having a sloping downwards parts, and it is come in relations with the body of the sphenoid and the basia occiput and the atlas, and it slopes downwards and backwards, and it has got several features. Let's start with the nasopharyngeal tonsils. The nasopharyngeal tonsils is a collection of the lymphoid tissue at the roof of the nasopharynx, and it is much more prominent in case of children's terms as the adenoids, and it get atrophies in the adult ages. If there is an enlargement of the lymph nodes in that parts, it may obstruct the guana and make the mouth bleeding obligatory, along with the adenoid facies, which I discuss in later on, which is a very complicated complaints with those children who are suffered from these enlarged lymphoid tissues. And the next thing present is the pharyngeal bursa, which is also called the pouch of Lasker. It is a mucous diverticulum present at the level of the nasopharyngeal tonsils, and this sometimes it contains a mucous gland, as it is a mucous diverticulums, and this mucous gland may obstruct its secretions, and it creates a cystic swelling here. Other things we may find in this posterior wall and the roof of the nasopharynx is the pharyngeal hypophysis. Pharyngeal hypophysis is this mucous diverticulum is present due to the attachment of the notochord to the dorsal surface of this foregut. As you know, the pharynx is a part of the foreguts, and sometimes the part of it may get condified due to the cartilaginous part of the notochord gets condified here. Now we discussed regarding the pharyngeal hypophysis. Pharyngeal hypophysis is a histological similar part of the adenohypophysis present in the roof. This is due to the backward extension of the Rathke's pouch from the stomodium. Now come to the parts which is situated in the floor of the pharynx. The floor of the pharynx is divided with the oropharynx through the oropharyngeal isthmus. Oropharyngeal isthmus consisting of the palatopharyngeal muscles in the lateral wall, and in the anterior parts there is the hanging parts, posterior end of the soft palate. In the posterior parts there is the passavant fringe. When there is a deglutition parts or the blowing of air through the oropharynx, this oropharyngeal isthmus gets contracted by the actions of the levator ani muscles, as well as the here is the levator ani muscles and the tensor veli palatini muscles, and in between these two there is the palatopharyngeal muscles. All those muscles get contracted. You see here, this is the levator ani muscles, this is the levator ani muscles, this is the tensor veli palatini muscles, and in between this is the palatopharyngeal muscles. All these muscles gets contracted to close this oropharyngeal isthmus. Now, what are the features of the lateral wall of the pharynx? You see here, there is a opening at the lateral wall of the pharynx, that is the pharyngeal opening of the auditory tube, which is situated half inch below and behind the inferior concha of the nose, and it is guarded by some cartilaginous parts, that is the tubal elevation in the posterior and the upper parts, which helps in the guides to introduce the cannula for the inflation of the auditory tube. When there will be severe pain with the retraction of the tympanic membrane, because this opening maintain the air pressure between the oral cavity and the middle ear cavities. You see here, okay. And what else we find in the lateral wall? I have told you there is a tubal elevations present here. Behind that there is a group of lymphoid tissue, that is the submucous collection of the lymphoid tissue surrounding the auditory tube, okay. And next thing we may see in the lateral wall of the pharynx, nasopharynx, is the pharyngeal recess, or called the fossa for Rosenmuller, which is the mucous diverticulum or the mucous deep depressions between the longus capitis muscles as well as the levator belli palatini, and these parts is situated at the level of the nasopharyngeal tonsils.